Let's start. Day two of the data analysis class, except for data cleaning. Just as we said yesterday, we're going to be using Excel for data cleaning. Our agenda for today is one, which is welcome and recap. Then what is dirty data, Excel tools and functions, live cleaning demo, advanced features, question and answer, then wrap up. So, key takeaway from day one was a recap of day one. We understand the rules of data in decision making, transitioning into hands-on tools, starting with Excel. So today we starting with what is dirty data. A dirty data is any data that has missing value, that has duplicates, have typos and inconsistent formatting, that has extra space and symbols, irregular date format. How do this dirty data come about? Is because when data is generated, it comes out dirty. Why? Because the source of the data, how the data is being generated. Let's say your social media data is not constant. You could go to different pages, open different music or reel, go to links. So you are everywhere when generating those social media data. Now, the data is not useful at that moment. It's just data. It's not yet information. So making those data, transferring them to information that is useful, that is usable, that is when a data analyst comes on board. Now, you replace the missing value, you clean out the duplicates, then maybe names error or spelling or words that is not constant. Maybe the data is in Excel format and it has different extra spaces. So you replace them or you remove them. Then you change the date. Maybe the date format is not how you want it to be. Let's say date, month, year, or you want it to be month, date, year, or year, month, day. So you have to replace or rearrange the date format to make it a clean data. So why do we clean data? To ensure accuracy and reliability, enable better analysis reporting, prevent misinterpretation, save time and resources. That is one of the reasons why data is being cleaned. Accuracy is a key so that when you predict, you are using the right information for prediction. You are using the right information to give validation or analyze a dashboard. So when a dashboard is being placed and the data is not correct, the dashboard too will not be accurate. So that is why we need clean data to enable a good analysis, to have a good visualization of data. Now, prevent misinterpretation. Because of the data is clean, you have clean interpretation of your visual of your dashboard, and the goal of decision making will be easy and it saves time when making those decisions because the data is clean, data is not everywhere, information are accurate. So it saves you time when you are making the decision of what to do, what to sell, what to post, or when to post. So the next one is Excel, which is the basics, the first tool we need for data analysis. So now this is a sample of an Excel page. I believe everyone or most people have seen Excel before. I've used Excel in different format. So let's start with when you open a new page in Excel, it comes with the title bar up here, book one. It gives you a search bar and it gives you a quick access bar, which is always up there for save, redo, and undo. You can add to it, you can remove or add to it the access, quick access toolbar. Then once your cursor is on an Excel on a cell, the active cell, the number will show up in this place. Then when you put on a formula, let's say you are doing your multiplication or you are adding up or removing or working with formulas, the formula up is up here. This place is called ribbon. This page is here, this full up page. Then we have the column header. Then we have the zoom to increase, decrease. Then the page view button, either web view or print view. Then the spreadsheet work area. This place is where things is being done, the manipulation, the cleaning, visualization, everything that is being done in Excel is done in these cells that are here. So we have the row header, then we have the sheet, which is once the page is open, we have sheet one, then you move from sheet one to sheet two. When you add one more, we have sheet two. If you add another one, we have sheet three. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depend on how many pages you want to work on. That is how it will be increasing from sheet one, sheet two. But you can rename them to, let's say, um, you rename them to how you want it to be on the depend on the data you are working on. Let's say scores, label it scores. For let's say the next one is visualization or dashboard. So the next sheet can be a dashboard. So as the class go on, I'll open a real Excel so we do some manipulation with it. This is just a sample for us. So core Excel cleaning tools are one, remove duplicate. Duplicate always comes in Excel because of maybe someone who prepared the data is in a hurry or same person comes forward uh, different time. There is always duplicate data. So removing them make the Excel clean. The find and replace. So after you remove duplicates, you find the missing and replace them. Then text to column. You arrange your text to column to make it fit, make it usable, make it look clean. Not like you type duplicate. Only when someone is checking the Excel is seeing DUP. Then the remaining works is not showing. So text to column makes everything fit inside a column or a cell. Then you trim, then you use upper, lower, or proper word. Then you filter and sort. So all these are done under Excel. So we have to go to a live data now so that we could do something so that the class can be lively. Okay, just a minute. I have to change my screen. Okay. A minute, please. Just trying to open. Okay. So now this is a data. You could see how rough the data is. Test to column we talk about. You see some things are not showing, some things are hiding. So now let's start with test to column. You click, it's easier, very easy to do. The easier way is to just drag. You could drag, you drag to fit in the test. Then you could use think we just need to talk about how to move in Excel. We use your arrow key. That's number one. Use arrow key. Number two, use your mouse. Use your mouse to move. Use the arrow key up, down, left, right. So that's how you move in Excel. It's easy. Then you understand the arrow, your cursor sign. We have different cursor sign. So understanding your cursor sign determine what it will, the answer it will give you when you are using it. So you say it gives me the drag. If I click on the cell, the column, you say it gives me a different shape. So depend on the sign. Okay. Okay. So you could highlight your data and change the color or depend on what you want to do. For example, let's say if, this data is clean already. I'm trying to duplicate the data. Let's see. Okay, let me just duplicate it. Copy. So now I've duplicated the data is not having two Jama Shepherd. Now we have one here. So we have cell A22, the same data. So now, if for example, now you are trying to visualize it, let's say you're trying to insert it into, create something from it. What is wrong with this data? So I'm trying to do a graph of the data. Let's say how duplicate of data can affect decision making when you're making decisions. So I'm just going to drag this one. Let me start again. Delete it. Um, insert. Use a simple data. My chart. So if the data is duplicated, it makes it hard for decision making because it gives you different error, which is your graph will not be usable. The graph is not clean, is not being placed in the right way because they have duplicates and is not arranged. So when the data is being worked on, it gives you a good graph that you want to paste. Okay. So these are advanced format of cleaning data, which is if is blank, is number, the length, left, right, middle, concat, test join, data validation, conditional formatting. We'll go back to the Excel sheet to practice those one when I'm done. So cleaning tips and best practice. We always have a backup of your raw data. Before you start cleaning, you have to have a copy. Clean the copy so that if there is error, you can always go back to the data itself and restart or update your data. Then when work on the copy, then document your cleaning steps, what you did, what you removed, what you added, and use comments or checklist to enable you have a good data. Then if function is used for the purpose of decision making. Is used to get decision making, which is condition, value if true, value if false. Example is if A1 is 50, should be pass, but if it's not 50, it should be fail. So now when you put this formula in your Excel with data, it gives you that enable you to determine, make a good decision. Why, if the data has blank, it should show empty cell. Is used to check for missing data. And we have is number function, is used for true if useful for validating input. Then we have learn function for counting how many numbers you have. Then we have left, right, and middle to determine, to remove, maybe you have to remove numbers or words from a cell, used to extract part of a text out of a cell. Then we have concat and test join. We have joining of tests together. It's combining tests for multiple cells. Then we have condition formatting. Condition formatting enable you to, is an advanced aspect of Excel which enable you to sort out and add colors, choose which icons, input icon or put color or scales, useful for visual validation. And also you have data validation. These are the steps. You go to data, you validate it, choose whole number, list, yes or no. Then we have resources. So now the data I was working on, I'll go back to it now, was from Kaggle. Then we have also data.gov. So we have, when you get a data, it comes in different form. Some comes in Excel, comes out in CSV, which is command separated values. So what will you do when you get a raw data in this format? How do you clean it? What do you need to do? So if you get data online, it doesn't, most of them comes out in CSV, not in Excel format. So what do we do? So this is an example of a CSV Excel. It has a command date on each of the data. Like this now, is hard to interpret because of the way it is. It's everywhere. But when you convert it, it gives you a normal table data for in a cell data for you to be able to work on them. So these are example of Excel, of Excel format, which is .sls, These are Excel of 27, 210, 213. .slx are 2023 or older Excel. .slm, slxm are micro-enable worksheet. Excel templates are xltx. Then we have slsm, Excel micro-enable template. So we need to download a simple Excel file, identify the cleaning issue and correct them, submit your work in the group. Then the next stage will be visualization. But I have to go back to that Excel to show you the function of all those advanced Excel, which is this one, the steps that is being used. So we put them into practice before we end the class. So I have to share my Excel screen now. Okay, let's start with the first command or formula, which is if it's blank. This is the formula. We have these are our rows and our column. A, we have B22. B, which is always put the if equals to is blank. B22. Now I need to check if Excel B22 is blank or it has data in it. You put your formula, you press your enter, you say it says it's false, because if you go to B22, it's not blank. There is data in it. So now let me change it to C. Let's say C23. You see, it's true because this is our C. This is 23. It's blank. Nothing is in it. So that is why it's telling us, it's giving us the blank sign, because that cell is blank. So the next one is if statement. Now, how do we do if statement? A50, A1, if it's greater than 50, greater or lesser than should be pass or fail. Same thing we did now. If you press enter, it gives you the accurate answer. Let's say A1, this is our A, this is our 1. So we have to change the figure there. Say A. So we could get, let's say C20, C, okay. Or could do, let's use B, C. C has a number, let's say C5. because that C50, there's nothing in it, so it's failed. Then let's say its number is another advanced tool in Excel. Now, do we have a number in A1? No, we have breed there, which is not a number. So if you check it, A1, it gives you 4. So now if you check C, or let's say C3, we have a number in C3. True. So it gives you that calculation of indicates, it's just like it helps you to work fast when you are doing data cleaning. It enables you to work faster because instead of checking, let's say you have an Excel that has 50 or not 200 or 1000. Instead of going scrolling up and down, you just use your formula to check and clean and have a data. So now counting of word, how many word in a cell. So let's say the length of hello is 5. Let me change the GOG is 3. So it gives you, enable you also to calculate how many words are in a cell, how many words you have in a cell, which is now depend on the length. Let's say how many words do we have in German Shepherd? Copy, trying to work smarter. 15. So that is how all these formats. So now we talk of formatting also. Now I need to format the text now. Let's say the breed, I want to change the color of the breed. You could do advanced formatting, which sometimes is faster. You just do fast formatting. Or conditional formatting. So now let's say use color. Let me just color this page. So it differentiates the breed color. You know that when you talk of green, is breed. Then you could a lot of formatting you could do. Change the background. At the end, you can also remove the format, the color, no fill, take it back to how it is. Then centralize your word, make it bold. So there's a lot of things you could do with your Excel to make it color scale. You could change everything depend on